So this is a quick and dirty video. Basically, let me just put the torch back on, sorry about that, to show the current setup I've got on my study area or man cave or whatever you want to call it. This is essentially my corner desk. Let's see, there's bits and pieces around, but basically you've got a 3-monitor setup here. I used to be on a 2-monitor setup, but once I got this thing I thought sod it, because originally this monitor here was going to be the monitor that I used to do my streaming on, because I've got, you see, I've got Sega Saturn and the Master System. These two are going to go underneath the desk at some point once I get another storage area for under the desk, and I have HDMI to composite, and that works quite well. But I think I had a change of heart and decided, sorry, I was going to have 3 monitors because I've got space I've got a display port space at the back. So it just made sense for me to do that now. So you've now got this particular monitor that's now the new streaming one. At the moment, I'm just going to quickly show you that I can flick between them both. That's that, ooh yeah. Yep, there you go, there's the Ouya. So, I don't know if this is going to pair properly. Probably won't do. I usually use a keyboard to get this set up. Yeah, it's just not doing it now. But this does work. Oh, wait, actually we've got got it working. Last video I did of this didn't bloody do anything. So you see, there's Blockman, there's a bit of jumping jack, a bit of AVP. Show it off so we can launch it. And that's working fine. And then Roasting to Smetch may not want to see this because it's guys, I know he had a video on this recently, but there you go, that's working fine. I could switch this back. At the moment you can see that I've got the speakers are a bit buggered. They're not buggered, it's just on the side. At the moment I don't have the space to push it up, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some monitor stands and have the monitors, you know, pushed up higher. That means that, well, that essentially means I can start to make better use of the desk, but at the moment it's just a work in progress. So if we go to the left here, I can start to see the storage area that I've got, a very accessible area. So I've got my PC section here. This is currently 2 deep, and you can see Amiga OS 3.5 the upgrade there. We've got some more games here, and an incidental measuring tape, which if you're watching this deal, that wasn't intentional. The guy in the middle there, that's not just for show, it is for me as a developer. Well, the original idea was for me to use that as a kind of like, how do you put it, you know, something you can draw against, and I never got around to it the last place, but I'm hoping to maybe do something with it now that I've got it accessible and I've got a bit more, more kind of space to do stuff. And we've got already triple stacked PC game section there. I'd take stuff out, but stuff might fall like it did last time. Just let me kill the video here, and then we can get around to sorting out, because it's basically I'm on my phone and I don't have much storage, so it's going to be after a case of me hacking all this together. So give me a second, I'll be back in a minute. Right, okay, so this is where it was last time, and then if we go down a little bit further, we can see this is where I put all my discs and it's where I'm going to be getting the discs from for the What's My Hobby series. I've already done at least one. Right at the very back it's got a load of CDs, but I'm not going to go down there because it just gets a bit hectic. Right, so going back up here, here is where my Dreamcast, where my DS stuff is. That box at the top there is, I believe, is a Raspberry Pi 3, and it's got, I think it's got Amibian in it. There's you can see the Mister there and a few bits and pieces. Over here we've got the, excuse me, fingers are a bit, there we go. So we've got the Amiga and ST section over here, and you can see Batman, you can see Banshee, you can see a battered box, Ignosis box, that's Lemmings I believe. And if I just shift this, you might be able to see some more games. So we've got Cannon Fodder, Sensible Golf, I said Sensible Soccer before when I last did this, Cannon Fodder 2, and Jungle Strike, and there's Desert Strike as well behind there. So we go down to here, and we've got all the Spectrum section, including the ZX Uno there, and a Kempston joystick port. We've also got this here, which is a thin client, and there's going to be a video on that soon. You see the stuff at the back there. This DOS 6.22 is already on that. I need to get Windows 95 on there, but at the moment I'm waiting for a new hard drive, which is going to be 2 gig, and that means I can do a proper video showing how to get all that stuff on one of the thin different clients. I don't know if they're all the same, but it'll be interesting to see if my video helps at that point. Alright, so moving down into, I was going to go down left, I actually meant to be here. This is the Dreamcast area, which is what I accidentally said above. Got some Alien RPG dice there. What else we got? We've got, this is the Pandora case. It does have a Pandora in it. There's a GPD win in there, and this is my recent find, which is my GP2X case, and it does have the GP2X in there. Moving down, we have the Sega Sans collection, which is Too Deep, and yes, there is a PS2 game there. I need to shift that at some point. Still, this is a work in progress kind of thing. So, Too Deep at the moment, and we've got some Japanese games there. Moving over to my Odd and Sod section, or another one, so you can see some Sega Master System, some 32X, some Mega CD games there as well. There's some loose carts at the top. And I'm going to kill this video now, and we shall come back in a moment. Okay, I do apologise for the cutting, but there's not really much you can do about that at the moment. So anyway, we're at the bottom of the section now. We've got a 3 deep section of Mega Drive games, and on the other side there's another 2 deep section of Mega Drive games. I'd go over there, but apparently, well, at the moment it's a bit fiddly because this is kind of where my desk, well, that's where my shredder is, and I've got a desk here, so it's a bit fiddly to get around there. But let's go straight to the top, where you'll find Mega CD, 32X, and this is a multiplayer card, I believe. Yeah, multiplayer card there. And then you've got the Nights into Dreams with the 2 games in. Over here we've got a nice arcade joystick, and in fact when you listen to my channel you'll hear that, and that's what I'm using on the Spectrum side. Nice tape player there for the Spectrum. Over here we've got the cradle for the GP2X, where the GP2X would sit in here, and then you've got some USB ports for if you wanted to put this in front of your TV. We draw a tablet, which I've always wanted to play around with and never got around to it. This is my Sound Blaster that I've had to pick up again, even though I didn't need to, but never mind. This here is, what was it now? Oh, it's I'm getting into electronics, so it's got some small electronics pieces in there. And this at the back is what my Pandora originally came in. It's been signed by Evil Dragon there. And I just want to point out, I'm not doing this in the dark. I do have a light, but it's not exactly the brightest things in the world. Anyway, well, I suppose that's because of the lampshade. Anyway, so next to that is a nice little box here. It's got lots of different bits and pieces in. I do have, let's have a look, it's Christmas cards obviously. So like that just needs repairing, and then I can put it back in the PC section. Things like, you know, odds and sods in here. You know, different bits and pieces, so I can turn around and grab whatever I need. And then if I turn around over to here, bit of a mess, but this used to be my old PC desk. See a nice BBC microcomputer that got bought years ago. And then about under here, there's some old PC laptops, copies of Retro Gamer, you know, some LCD games. And then if we go over here, this is basically my garage storage, so you can see all kind of like stuff that I've got stored all the way up there. And Duke Nukem Forever Aliens. And that's my microphone box and stuff. And yeah, so I'll just get round to sorting out the rest of, showing off the rest of this section in a minute. Give me a sec. Right, okay, so we're back again, and then we can go right down to this level. And I think this is basically a Mahjong set base, and I've got loads of Mahjong tiles down here, some PC odds and sods. This is a riser card for a device I'll show you in a minute. Just some more games there, sods and sods that I need to sort out later. More games here, and this is my 386 board, which is where the riser card goes in. Just about to see that in there. It does work, and that's what I was using the motherboard tester for. I did manage to get it sorted. So down here, this is the board game section, which is probably the fullest you're going to see there. And it's probably the heaviest on this actual section. So I've got lots of different board games here. Including one that I definitely want to play at some point, and that's the Alien vs Predator one. I do have the Terminator version at the back. So you can see all those random books as well that I need to sort out. And oh look, there's another tape measure. And we go down here. So this is where I've got, that's a KBM switch, that piece of wiring there, but you've got Amiga 1200, Amiga 600 right at the back there. This Amiga Atari ST came in from Germany. And then you've got 2 power cruisers and 2 zipsticks. The zipsticks need, I think, repairing. One of them I lost the small spring out of, and I need to get that back. So we got that's the let's say camera case, original Spectrum Plus, and that's a disk drive. This here is the Oculus Rift. I don't have the outside cover for that yet because it's a bit tattered. I need to put it back on again. And this space here is where my Spectrum Next box is going to go, so it should be enough space there. Put this back. And then we've just got some kind of odds and sods stuff at the bottom here. Including, you know, that is actually quite useful. Oops, get that out of the way. This is actually quite useful. This repairing, upgrading and repairing PCs. It covers a lot of stuff. HP Lovecraft, the RPG book, and of course, Gremlin Works. And I've got some, you know, homebrew games. Is where I store my homebrew games, artwork or stuff that I've done with it. And this is my RPG stuff that when I've built games and I need to keep the paperwork. Alright, so we're coming to 3 minutes and we've got one more last section to go through, and then I think that's it. Alright, so this is the last section. This is just showing you the bookcase. It's probably not going to be interesting for a lot of people. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a battered scale electric box there. I need to fix that, but both of them are the same car. It's Jaguar XJ220. This is a, look over here, so you can see the height of those two. I think the garage storage is about 1.8 metre. This I think is 1.9 metre high, because obviously when I want to make get a bookcase, I didn't want a small diddy one like those fucking 1 inch ones, because I'm like, not 1 inch, 1 metre ones, because I'm like, who has a 1 metre set of books? Anyway, so this is my, it's basically the small books where you get like usual kind of fantasy book section. There's my original Call of Cthulhu. This is a book I bought when I was in Germany when we went to see the GDR museum. Not got around to reading that yet. For the gamers of here, you might see Masters of Doom there. I've read a bit of that, but not got around to seeing the rest of that. Japanese books for when I'm learning my Japanese. This John Grisham book is a bit of an odd one in here. It's from one my dad lent me when I was in hospital. I've not got around to reading that yet, so I'll have to read that and give it back to him. This is the, let's stand back a little bit, sorry about that. This is the comics and gaming section. For some reason I've got 2 of these, I don't know why. I've got 2 of these because you can see the 15 and the 15 there. I think that was a mistake that I did. Is there anything special in here that I can say? I don't think so. Oh, I mean, I know that I've got, I'm missing a couple because this one here, it says War. I do have the original one. That's somewhere in the other house. I need to pick that up. And this one here, Aliens Book 2, is what they used to call the Alien series before they had to change it to be Nightmare Asylum, which you can see probably in this one. It says Nightmare Asylum and Earth War. So that was originally book 2 and book 3. This is a little tattered, and I do apologise. I need to put some weight on this. This is Book of Nightmare, and it's been signed by David Rowe and Hugo Mayer as well. This is the first section of my, officially it's my tech book stuff. So you can see a lot of design stuff there. See lots of different things that I've kind of dipped in and out of. Section 2 of the tech book stuff. Quite a lot of these I've read. The DOS Programmer's Reference is probably one of the best ones, because it's going to be useful for when I look at reverse engineering. And then you've got Tricks of the Doom Program Gurus, which is essentially Doom level making, which I was going to give away, but it's so 90s, and look at that spine, it's really nice. So I'm going to have to sort something else out with who I was going to give it to, and then see if I can get that sorted. Anyway, so we're coming to 4 minutes, and I'm going to just shut this off, and I've got one more section to show you, and that's it. Okay, so this is the last section, and I can prove it, because that was what you've just seen before. And this is the bottom section, this is the RPG section. there are two books missing from here. Specifically on the left hand side you can see the Dungeons and Dragons one. I do have the red one. It's somewhere in the old house. And there is Call of Cthulhu, which is on its way. I had to get rid of it because it was a bit damaged. But you can see, well, oh, Star Trek. I do have the Starships book. That's missing as well. So that's going to need to be brought in from the other house. The one RPG you won't be able to see on here is my recently bought one, and that is the Alien RPG, which I'm hoping to run soon. That should be an interesting one to run. But yeah, there you go. What else have we got on here? Oh, we've got Judge Dredd. We've got some supplement books for Judge Dredd here, like Britsit there. And then you've got Criminal Organisations. I think I bought that with the book when it came out. So yeah, that's that section. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed looking at my Studycave area, and I think once I've done it a bit more properly, because there's still some bits to do, some bits to clean up. I've also got to get a 1.2 desk for a 1.2 meter desk for the section that you've not seen yet. And then on there, I think we're going to put on things like maybe an area that I can kind of sit down that doesn't have computers on, somewhere that I can draw, or maybe even do some soldering and things like that, just so that I've got an extra area. That's what I'm thinking of doing. So once that's in, I'm going to do another proper tour of this, and then hopefully should be fine. So anyway, that's where I'm at the moment, and I'll see you for the next video. Bye.